That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 137 of Camp Strange. I am your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm Cecil Littlefinger.
Cecil Littlefinger?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Cecil. Glad you're back. And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and super as we come back from our little break. Fun news. I got to visit David this last weekend in his home state of Oregon, and I have some other news.
It's pretty funny that we spent a few days together and didn't record anything in person.
I can't be around you. Your breath just smells so bad recently.
I've been eating a lot of eggs.
You should cook them before. We mentioned that, right?
I like the raw eggs.
The shells, they start rotting between them chiclets. The chiclets are rotten. The eggs are rotten.
I call them chicken oysters. Shoot them back.
It's like balut. Anyway, but I wanted to say, breaking news. I beat David in a foot race.
Do you want to lay down? The stats on that foot race?
I knew you were gonna fucking bring that up. No, there are no stats. David is the one who challenged me to a race, and you know what? I guess you shouldn't challenge people to a race if you have bone spurs and a shin and ankle that don't work no more.
I was bringing up more of the fact that you had shoes on and I did not, and I also had about 6 or 7 beers in me and you did not.
I thought that would make you faster.
Just made the pain worse the next day.
I guess that's why you challenged me. That makes more sense to 6 or 7 beers.
I will say I want to re-challenge on a real. I want to do a full 400 meter around a full lap, not that 50-foot shit we did.
And I like how you live near one of the greatest tracks of all time.
Yeah, let's get
on the track.
We'd get arrested so fast. But I will give you credit. You were much faster than I ever expected.
Okay, that's all I wanted. I just want the expectations to be a lot higher.
I think where you got me was just off the jump. You had a much faster release off the line than I did.
I live life 1/4 mile at a time.
Yeah, I was too heavy in the sand. My first step I just sank.
He started sinking. I started him on the quicksand side, so it was kind of like he was running through knee-high water. Honestly,
I was closer to the water. I wonder if that's a factor. I'm going to put that on the stats.
Okay, put on your baseball card. Doesn't run well near ocean. But yeah. Anyway, it was great seeing David. We had a great time, and it's been a year and a half since I've seen you last in person. So
no, that's not true. You helped me move out of my apartment, but besides that,
that was COVID times, wasn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that was no fun. That was all sadness and tears.
Is that when you were driving away crying and I leaned out the window and flipped you off?
Yes, that also did happen.
David was playing some really sad song as he drove out of LA, and I just cut him off, threw up a finger, let him know.
Yeah.
But great memory. This is a great memory. Should we get into the weird news before we get too sentimental?
Yeah. I should bust out those goobas.
Oh God, he loves goobas, chocolate covered peanuts. Who doesn't love a nice goober?
All right, how many news stories you got?
Well, I just wanted to read first off this title. I got three, but this one, I just loved it so much. Men who wear Ralph Lauren polo shirts are more likely to cheat.
Statistical, and I believe it.
It just says, it mentions something about, maybe try, I don't know, they just try harder. People who wear Ralph Lauren polo. I mean, I have a couple, but
ooh, that's painful.
But I think it's just about looking nice and flashy. And guys who are in long-term relationships, we're just garbage people. I'm the trash man. I just usually wear a trash bag over it. People are like, are you going to a sporting event? Need a poncho? I was like, nah, this is my t-shirt.
Yeah, all of my
Glade.
collared shirts are from the Goodwill, so I'm actually not far off.
Yeah. David's girlfriend went,
My
why
girlfriend?
does your shirt oh, your fiance, I'm sorry. David's fiance said, why do you have a stain on your shirt? And he goes, I bought it like this. What she didn't see was right below the table, he had a giant hole where the pocket is over the pocket. So
Easy
that's
access,
the least,
baby.
it was the least of her problems, that stain.
Yeah. It's
but my
unnoticeable. It blends in.
It does blend in kind of, but like kind of. She saw it, but I was just thinking, what is the one piece of clothing that men in relationships have? And I think I figured it out, David.
Yeah.
What do you think? Before I say mine,
Coffee stained Hawaiian shirts from Goodwill.
you're not wrong. No, I was gonna say Crocs, probably, right?
I've been thinking about getting a pair.
I kind of want one too.
Well, you know,
Dude, everything that's
Vans made like their classic slip-ons, but in Croc formation.
Oh,
And I kind of want to find some of them just for like fly fishing almost.
ooh,
Be nice
yeah.
to walk out, roll them pants up, protect the
It's
feet.
like some water moccasins, not the
Exactly.
snakes, but the shoes.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm gonna get my hands on. They can't be that expensive. Everything that was not cool eventually becomes cool.
It's true.
It's so weird.
Except for drinking
Friday by Rebecca Black.
Uh-huh.
Very cool. Still
Pepsi. Very cool.
very cool. What did you say? Drinking?
Drinking Pepsi.
Drinking
That
Pepsi.
will never be cool.
Well, don't talk to my girlfriend. She's a Pepsi girl.
Oh,
I
God.
should have known that.
Oh no.
I'm a classic Coke guy. I used to be a Pepsi guy, and then I was rehabilitated.
You got to burn the house down.
We don't drink Pepsi or Coke in the house, but just to know that
She does when you're asleep.
leans toward the Pepsi.
She waits till you're asleep.
She has a long straw that goes to underneath the bed. Thing is, she didn't know I replaced her Pepsi with a Coke.
There's just one of those plastic bins you keep cables in down there full of Pepsi. She pours
Love
it right
that.
in.
I just love it.
It's a trough.
Anyway, so that's got a trough underneath the bed. So that's about Ralph Lauren, but yeah, I just want to read that. So do you have another one? Dave?
Yeah. A literal shit show took place at Kid Rock's Nashville bar thanks to a man wielding a colonoscopy bag. Colostomy bag.
I had that one too.
Yeah, that one was hard not to click on.
That was so good.
Oh, man.
So I don't know too many details. I don't know if you have the same. Mine's on a website called Whiskey Riff.
Mine's on consequence.net.
I love these Reddit news articles bring us to the strangest places, like places where you're like, there's no way this is news.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody. I mean, long story short, it looked like somebody just took off their colostomy bag and swung it around till shit started hitting people.
Probably. I would hope it was either during a fight or during a performance, and it was just couldn't contain it.
So what I've read in my article, it says something along the lines of that, like the police officers, they found this guy like 2 other times, like earlier in the night.
Yeah.
And by the 3rd time they came up on him, that's when he had, and I guess he refused medical attention. I don't know what was wrong with him, but he obviously had a colostomy bag. I'm guessing he might have just been like.
Plot twist, it wasn't his.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. This man is an international man of mystery, and we need to find out more about him, but this article is just not giving me anything.
Holy shit, do you know the name of the actual establishment, Kid Rock's place?
No, what is it?
Kid Rock's Big Honky Tonk Rock and Roll Steakhouse.
I kind of love that.
I can't believe that wasn't already like copywritten.
You know, it's funny. I'm going to be talking about a honky tonk for my story today.
Honky tonk. What does that even fucking mean? Do you go over that?
I think it's where white people go to tonk.
Okay.
But I think it's just kind of like a country, like boots on the floor, kicking up dust, double shot of whiskey. No, I'm just saying it.
It's like,
I mean, it could be.
Boots on the ground is like.
I know that's
You're in a fucking war.
This guy,
which
went
would
to
be
war
very
with a
country.
fucking shitbag.
It'd be very country to compare going to war to going out to the old country bar.
Yeah, stolen valor with my fucking with my denim denim button up.
My denim digi camo button up.
Did you camo? Well, I left my desert camo at home.
It's at the dry cleaner.
Oh God. But yeah, and then I have dog tags, and they just say Axe body spray on them. There's no names, just Axe body spray.
Oh boy.
Cool Hawaiian mist, Axe body spray. Anyway, so yeah, that guy just got shit on everybody apparently. So that's cool. I feel like that's all you really need to know about that story. That's a fun one. Kid Rock, keep it up. It was Kid Rock. Wow. So I have another story right here. As cult leader found mummified, wrapped in Christmas lights in Colorado.
Was he plugged in?
That's a great question. So it says in, I want to say Sausage County, Saguache County, Colorado. 7 people were suspected in ties to the Love Has Won cult are facing charges after the body of the religious group's leader was found at a home in Colorado. It says Amy Carlson, 45, who is known as Mother God by her followers, was found dead in a home in the small rural town of Moffett on Wednesday, April 28th. And I guess these people got charged with abuse of corpse.
Yeah.
And then it says the remains were found in a back bedroom, lying on a bed, wrapped in what appeared to be a sleeping bag. What appeared to be glitter-type makeup was found around the woman's eyes. The body was decorated with Christmas tree lights and appeared to be set up in some type of shrine, the warrant said. I'm guessing that they're plugged in. If you're setting up a whole shrine thing,
They didn't mention like the color of lights. Like
they better
assorted,
be
the white frosted, the blue.
Oh my God! If you're gonna fucking wrap me in icicle lights, kill like that.
kill
I'm
me.
Ho 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 ho! No, but dude, it's got to be the thick Griswold Christmas like multicolored lights. You know what I mean? Like
the
classic.
ones that are fun to shoot with BB guns.
Yeah, do you do that?
Yeah,
You sound like a nightmare child.
I do that. No, I still do it. Now that
Showed
I've
him
got
my
money,
BB gun.
now that I've got a job and money, man, I can afford some cool BB guns.
The weird thing about this is says Lamboy. This is like further down the article. It says Lamboy left the house and returned to find the body of whom he knew to be Leah Carlson. Lamboy said the body appeared to be mummified with Carlson's teeth exposed through the lips.
Ooh, through the lips or like where the lips gone?
No, I think if you're mummified, I think they shrivel up. You know,
they curl up.
I'm doing it right now, so you know what I would talk like if I was a mummy.
A real
If I was a
southern gentleman.
If I was a mummy, I'd teach kids to hang out with my Jay Leno ghost. Don't you love that? Was that Big Bad Beetleborgs?
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck.
There's
the
a
Power
mummy in
Rangers.
that.
There's a mummy. There's a Frankenstein's monster.
Jay
I
Leno.
believe there's like a sea monster or like a lake lagoon monster.
We don't have to go into this again. I feel like everyone knows about Big Bad Beetleborgs already.
There had to have been a haunted piano.
And a cult leader mummified wrapped in Christmas lights.
Yes.
That was the slept-on character.
Stuffed with lima beans.
That's where the stink comes from. But I love the name of the cult. Love Has Won.
Love has
No.
one.
No, the law won. I fought the law.
Oh, love has WON, not
Yeah.
ONE.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, they got the 7 cult people here. They look like they would all be in a cult.
Yeah, you got that certain
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, like a 1,000-yard stare.
Like
Pretty good.
Like not 100% inbred, but like your grandparents were inbred.
Yeah, like they haven't washed their beard in a millennia.
Yeah.
A lot of critters in that beard.
Yep.
But do you have one more news story?
I got 2 more.
Oh.
And one I've decided. Oh, I'll save that one for last. Do you have any more?
No, I'm done.
Okay, I have one that I'm not going to provide any context to, which I think will only make it better.
That's half the time.
That's 100% of the time, but I feel like this one, without me like rushing to read the article, it would be funnier. So I'm going to save that one for after this one, which is a Japanese town spends COVID-19 relief funds on building a statue of a giant squid.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was
That's fun.
That was they were awarded 800 million yen, which they used.
I assume that's still a lot.
Yeah.
Statues can't cost that much money, though. Like, right?
Yeah, I don't, it's nice.
I haven't. Yeah. How big is the statue? Is it like really big?
13 feet high.
Oh, that's pretty
13
big.
feet high and 30 feet long.
What?
Yeah,
30 feet long?
it's on its side. It's laying on its side,
Oh,
and it's got its
fuck.
tentacles out, like it's ready to eat. It'd be great to hop up in there for a photo.
It's kind of weird though too because they bought that for what 800 million yen they said.
Yeah.
Which is like crazy because then you go to like a public park and then there's like a piece of art there and then they're like it's a free art. We put it in here because I mean they probably got paid good money for it, but like it can't cost that much to make, right? I guess art's subjective though.
Yeah,
Like,
I
set
feel
your
like
price.
I feel like the sculpture it doesn't look cheap.
Yeah, I guess like when you commission something, the guy would be like 800 million yen. I don't even know.
Something
Do
is
you know the
big as a
conversion
fucking
rate on
yacht.
that?
Yen to dollars. And I spelt it like dollars.
With the Z.
Yeah. 1 yen equals 0.0091 United States dollar.
Oh, I can't do that math.
So
What's that in squid money?
Let's do what? So $1 is 109.41 yen.
Oh, okay.
So
now
800.
round up to 110. We're just doing math on a fucking podcast.
Carry the one. All right, you ready for my next story?
We didn't find out how much, dude.
Doesn't fucking matter, man.
Oh my god.
I already closed the article. I can't find the number. You're typing avidly.
Shut up.
You're getting
I have
red.
Okay, it looks like it's about $7.3 million. Wow. $7.3 million. Are you okay?
Yeah. I was pretending to be frozen. Which isn't a funny gag for a video chat podcast.
Back to a great start. Okay, you guys. I'm so glad David's pulling out all of his funny jokes of pretending to be frozen.
We're a little rusty. Speaking of rusty, this is my next story, and I'm not going to read any more into it, and we can move on. Duck Dynasty star Phil Robertson says, "Problem with America is we don't cook enough rice anymore." That's all you're going to fucking get.
You know what? He kind of right.
He kind of right,
I'm
though.
not saying it's a problem with America, but we definitely don't cook enough rice anymore.
Yeah.
Because everybody figured out that like rice is good for you, but it's like I still don't know where I stand on brown rice. People are like, "Oh, brown rice is good for you," and I was like, "Okay." And then people are like, "Are you eating rice with your chicken?" I'm like, "Yeah, like chicken and brown rice." Everybody like that's what you say. Like, I'm on a diet. What do you eat? Chicken and brown rice. And then like people are like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be eating brown rice." And I was like,
Is that not good for you?
I don't know, but like
What?
it's still rice. I guess it's still like fatty.
How is it not good? The fuck are
Carbs?
you trying to say?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I'm fat still, obviously.
Brown rice, unhealthy. Brown rice contains a word I'm not going to try to say.
Arsenic.
Yeah. Oh, maybe higher in arsenic.
I knew it. It's naturally occurring arsenic. It's fine.
What the fuck?
Fed my cult leader a bunch of... Oh, that guy's just trying to poison America.
He's just trying to dry out the innards, okay?
This little arsenic goes a long way. We all know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, let's just start making more rice, guys. Come on. Make America rice again.
Yep.
Cool. Should we get into these stories, David?
Please.
Okay, let's do it. Now, David, I wrote this story like 2 weeks ago, so I'm sorry if I'm like confused at what I'm reading. But now, David, I assume you've been in your fair share of dive bars in your day, have you not?
Oh yeah, I lived in Idaho, my dude.
Oh, you're right. You got any? What was the worst one you've been in? What was the grossest thing you saw?
Well,
Strangest thing? It's
I
fine
would-
if you can't think of anything.
I would say the worst dive bar I ever went into was in Montana.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was. I honestly don't think it was a legal bar. It didn't show up on Yelp. I walked in. It was all painted green. There were just like shattered chairs everywhere. Like someone just smashed a bunch of chairs and just fucking left them there. The bar was very oddly shaped, like the actual like bar where like the
Kidney
bartenders
bean
were.
shaped.
It was like a big L. But behind like the bar was just like these old like shitty shelves that were thrown together that just had like boxes of macaroni cheese.
What?
Everything was dusty. Everybody stared.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was great. It was cool.
I love that.
It was awesome.
You go in by yourself?
No, I went in there with Riley.
Oh, Jesus.
We got 2 shots of tequila and left.
It's probably a good call.
Yeah.
It was just water. It was gasoline in a shot glass.
Well, they charged me like it was gas.
Is that expensive or cheap?
That's expensive.
Oh, I like how you went. It's cheap. It's expensive. I still don't know where we stand on this. Anyway, well, today I have a very special dive bar that is not only filled with the sound of classic country music and cigarette smoke to the ceiling, but the otherworldly entities that have collected over the years as well. So today, I ask you to put on your best honky-tonkin' boots and saddle up as I tell you about the ghost bar known as Bobby Mackey's Music World. Pretty great name for a bar.
Yeah. It's almost as good as Kid Rock's honky tonk country rock and roll
And car
steakhouse.
wash. And car wash. Yeah, almost as good, but this has got more character. And Colostomy Bag Man has really added some character, but I think Bobby Mackey might have him beat. Because there's great, if you want to see what Bobby Mackey's looks like, just Google it. It's great too. But so Bobby Mackey's Music World is an old country bar in Wilder, Kentucky that you can probably find everyone in the area's red-faced grandpa and uncle at. I feel like that's the clientele that is always at the, like, some guy with like just beet red face. And
Yeah,
he
it's
hasn't
always
left
the
that
beet
bar.
red.
Yeah, the beet red, looking like a licorice stick. Come over here. I want to taste you, boy.
He's even got a little twist of veins going up his body.
Little twisties. He looks like one of them trees. So the place itself is pretty run down, but it seems like that's part of it, the charm of it. The building is not only old, but it's also full of history and strange stories starting all the way back in 1850. Built in 1850, in the 1850s, the bar that is now Bobby Mackey's Music World originally served as a slaughterhouse and meat packing facility that was constructed to serve northwestern Kentucky and nearby Cincinnati, Ohio. When it comes to a slaughterhouse, only 2 things are produced: meat and a lot of gross leftovers.
The innards.
Exactly, the
gizzards.
innards. Oh, I don't. People buy those.
Oh, I know. I've seen a can of them.
A can?
A can of pickled gizzards.
Oh, fuck. Anyway,
You ever
so-
seen that can of? It's like one whole chicken. It's just in a can.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like people on YouTube eat them for like a competition.
Yeah.
Like to get views. It's like slimy.
It's never. It's always bad. Like that's just such a bad look.
There's like a little Cornish game hen in there or something.
Just eating this slime riddled fucking bird out of a can for views.
It's like that thing from Ghostbusters, Slimer.
Yeah, it's bad.
So that is.
Same color.
So even though the remains of slaughtered animals were supposed to be contained and carted off for incineration, the building's design wasn't set up to easily facilitate this. Instead, the blood and remnants of butchered animals were scraped into a hole in the basement of the building where they were left to rot.
Ah, lovely. Love some
Kind of
good
like
rot.
put a big can at the bottom of that hole and you got yourself a money maker.
Ooh.
So, by the late 1800s, the building was abandoned and remained that way for years. In the decades that followed, it's said that satanic cult members had frequent rituals in the basement and used the massive drainage hole in the basement to get rid of bodies they sacrificed.
How big is that hole?
It's a big enough hole apparently.
Jeepers.
I mean, it's got to fit. It was probably like, I don't know, I'm guessing the size of like
a
one of them individual trampolines.
for your
right?
home aerobics.
Yeah. No one. That's how we save America. Start buying those, guys.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those. You always see one in an old cabin's garage or like, at your grandpa's
Funeral.
Yeah. How high can you bounce Grandpa? If you bounce Grandpa up on the roof, you get his gold watch.
Winner keeps his shoes. Go and get your grandpa's shoes, Billy. You won.
So, there was one such case of murder that did occur nearby that is said to leave the building haunted. So, in 1897, Scott Jackson, a 28-year-old dental student from Cincinnati, impregnated a young woman by the name of Pearl Bryan while he was visiting Kentucky for the summer. After Jackson realized that he did not want a child, should have thought about that, Jackson, he tried to convince Pearl Bryan to get an abortion, which was highly illegal at the time. And highly dangerous too. I mean, 1897, geez. So when Pearl refused, Scott and a fellow classmate took her out to a saloon and spiked her drink with cocaine.
Oh. That will only make her harder to catch. What are they doing?
She's so quick now. She's been
run up the walls, goddammit.
She's ran a couple miles around that L-shaped bar over there. I feel like that's what was that guy spiked your tequila shot with cocaine, right?
Well, little do you
that's
know.
That's why he charged you so much.
Little do you know, our lady Pearl here actually invented running upstairs on all fours.
Well, did she turn the lights off in the basement and had to get up there before the monsters got her? Everyone's done that. Am I right?
Hell yeah.
So after she was sedated on drugs and alcohol, which is kind of weird because I feel like I don't know what like kind of cocaine they're dealing with then. I've never done it, but like you said, it makes you run fast on all fours upstairs. So I don't know. Maybe they just had the right concoction to make somebody fall asleep.
She actually became a business mogul overnight.
She's like, she took a shot with a tequila shot with a little sprinkle of cocaine, and all of a sudden she turned around and she said, "Don't talk to me, I'm girl boss," and then she fucking kicked me in the chest and
did a backflip onto her yacht.
She's like fucking like a Leonardo DiCaprio. She threw a lobster at me. So
did that happen to you?
No, it happened in Wolf of Wall Street. I think he throws a lobster at Ruffalo or whoever's fucking investigating him. So after she was sedated on drugs and alcohol, the two men took Pearl and tried to perform an abortion themselves. This is where it's sad, not good.
Again, not something I would try to do to someone I just force-fed cocaine.
Yeah.
Not that I'd do it in the first place, but
I wouldn't do most of the stuff in this story, to be completely honest.
Okay. Continue.
I'm sorry, David. I didn't mean to out you like that.
No, it's fine.
So it's unsure of what actually happened that night, but the end result was Pearl Bryan being killed and decapitated.
Oh, that's not how. That's not
no.
how you do it.
That's you definitely don't go through the neck. I tell you.
Yeah.
No, that was I think that was a last ditch effort to be like, I think something went wrong. How do we not get caught situation?
Okay.
And dental records and a face.
Oh, okay.
You know how that happens.
Yeah.
They didn't. fingerprints didn't have a database, so I think it was mainly dental records.
Well, I mean, if she's dead from a botched abortion, then they would obviously try to figure out who the father was. So
True.
you distract from the abortion by lobbing her head off.
That's true too. And you know what? They might have had the fingerprint thing going on. I don't know when that was like really 1897, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like Sherlock Holmes was doing that, and that was like the 1400s, right? Am I
No,
right?
Sherlock Holmes was like dipping his pinky in the blood pool and being like, tastes like a murder. She had cocaine in her system. How do you know that, Sherlock? I just know.
Can I have more of that blood?
Zamboning it off the floor. Anyway, so like I said, she was found decapitated, which is not great. Her body was found 2 miles from Bobby Mackey's, which was obviously that abandoned slaughterhouse at this point. Found 2 miles from there, but her head was never found. And some believe it was either tossed in the river, while others believed it was burned in the basement of a dental school that he was going to, that the guy was going to. Like, they took the head and threw it in like an incinerator. But some believe
Hold on.
it was...
Why does
what?
Why does a dental school have fucking crematorium in the basement?
You know what? That's a great question. I feel like every building had a crematorium in the basement.
Yeah.
If it's a medical building, you have a crematorium. What are they going to do with all them leftover teeth, David?
You mash them up and you sell them as Skittles.
Chunky. I'll have the extra chunky teeth. Or do you want the smooth teeth? Anyway, but yeah, so I think they just got to like burn stuff. Everybody had to burn stuff back then, you know?
I still do it.
Yeah. So, like I said, some believe it was burned in the basement of the dental school, but some believe it was thrown into the well in the slaughterhouse, never to be found again. So that's where the haunting of that building comes into play.
Okay.
Both men were convicted of the crime and hanged in the gallows behind the courthouse. According to reports, both Scott Jackson and his classmate, accomplice, survived the initial drop that was supposed to break their necks and instead were strangled to death some minutes later.
Boy, that's worse.
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
But you know what? That also happened with Brendan Fraser in The Mummy.
Yeah, you know what else happened in The Mummy? So there's this
I don't
want
to fucking hear it.
There's this one scene where this beetle.
Stop. So, but like I said, they were the it's a different Newport. They were the last people hanged in Newport, which was, I guess, the town, possibly. And the gallows located behind the... Yeah, exactly. The gallows located behind the courthouse were torn down following the execution. So that's kind of an interesting... Oh, and also this. I found this fact so interesting. It says, interesting fact, there was a jailbreak at the Newport jail while both men were in prison there. But apparently, obviously this is before they got hanged, but apparently the two men remained in their cell in fear of what the town would do to them if they were to catch them. So... a bunch of prisoners broke out of the Newport jail, but they stayed in their cell because they're like, it's more dangerous out there. And they might have thought they weren't going to get the death penalty at that point. I don't know, but they didn't leave their cells. They're like, no, fuck that.
I feel like I've seen that in a movie where they're like, no, I'm safer in the cell.
Yeah, I feel like that is like kind of a trope, but it's true. I mean, if the town like probably got them, just like, ooh. Drag them behind a car or something. Like, Jesus. I mean, cars went like 2 miles per hour back then, but still.
You could keep up.
They're
with
like,
it. You could probably run with it until the gas ran out.
They're like, oh, he actually just became really fit. We tried to kill him, but God, he just looks so toned now. He's been running behind this car.
Within 2 days, he was pulling the car.
he beat the car. So,
and then he went and invented Ford. And all of his commercials were his trucks pulling other trucks. No Ram could pull a Ford.
It's one John powered. So, some people today say that Pearl Bryan's ghost haunts the area, along with the possibility of Scott Jackson. Oh, the one Scott power. Possibility of Scott Jackson being around as well, as they hear cries deep into the darkness that surrounds the building.
Ah, lovely.
So, yeah, but don't worry, there's more stuff going on at this place. So as the years rolled by on, Prohibition came around, which is when the building turned into a speakeasy and casino that lasted years as a successful business until a man named Albert Red Masterson, who was mob affiliated, tried to strong-arm money from the business, which is when the owner, Buck Brady, pulled a gun on the man and was charged with attempted murder. And
God damn it, Buck, put your gun away.
Dude, if you're named Buck Brady, you know you're pulling out a pistol for nothing.
Yeah, you gotta just do that for anything. Someone drops a clock next door, you start shooting.
Where the ketchup packet's at. Oh, I'm sorry, Buck. I grabbed the last one. You goddamn right you grabbed it out. You goddamn right you grabbed the last one. He's just spinning it. He's not even shooting. He's just spinning it.
They stopped selling them bullets a long time ago.
He's heard of salt pellets, but he can't afford them, so he just dumps salt into the barrel of his gun. Really rusted the shit out of it.
Jammed it up real good.
So like I said, the illegal after Buck, because he didn't pull the trigger on Red Masterson. He just kind of pulled the gun on him.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, he's just spinning it.
Yeah.
But the illegal casino and speakeasy was taken by the mob shortly after. Apparently, you got Buck out of the scene, and the mob snuck in. And then the building was reopened as a mob nightclub in the 1950s called the Latin Quarter. And Joanna, apparently, a dance hall girl and the daughter of the nightclub's owner, fell in love with a singer, Robert Randall, who performed there. She got pregnant. A lot of people getting pregnant. She got pregnant and intended to run off with the young singer, but her father forbade the romance and used his criminal connections to have the singer killed. When Joanna discovered what had happened, she poisoned her father, then took her own life in the basement of the building. And I put note, Bobby Mack. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Bobby Mackey's full name is Robert Randall Mackey, and Robert Randall was the name of the singer who got killed by the dad.
Oh.
So kind of a fun little connection.
Yeah, and then Anthony Mackey is the guy that everybody always confuses me with.
Oh, you gonna give me a sandwich? I'm the Falcon. Oh, Falcon like worm on his sandwich. What do falcons eat?
Yeah, sure. I think they eat mice.
He's like, Captain
Freeway
America, you need to make more rice. Like, Jesus Christ, he wants to talk about making more rice. It's fucking driving me crazy.
Were you referencing that awful video of Anthony Mackie on the Wendy Williams show?
Yeah, being like, I'm a man. You gotta make me a sandwich if you're my woman. And everyone's like, I don't know about that. And he's like, okay, let me ask you this. When we go out to dinner, you want me to hold the door open for you? And they're like, okay. He's like, you want me to pay for dinner? And then people are like, yeah, okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
You're like a Marvel guy. You got a lot of
yeah,
money.
you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and if some guy looks at you wrong and says something to you, you want me to punch him in the face? And everyone's like, yeah. And he's like, make more rice. But and he's like, then make me a sandwich. And I was like, damn, he really skirted around this. This seems like a very detrimental video, but nobody watches Wendy Williams.
Exactly.
She's a psychopath. So
really, I honestly, the only thing I ever see about Wendy Williams is negative press.
Dude, did you see when she said the fucking Drew Carey's ex-wife died?
No.
And then she was like, she fell off a balcony and died. And she was like, oh, Drew Carey's ex-wife died. She fell off a balcony. Talk about, come on down. And everyone in the audience went, oh. Oh,
Wendy.
And then yeah. But still my favorite clip from that is on the Halloween episode. You see when she passed out?
Yeah.
It's really funny. But
she sees
also,
a ghost and fucking passes out.
No, did you see when she's fucking it cuts away to the lady wearing the zombie mask in the audience?
Yeah.
And she goes, what was that? Anyway, that was fucking crazy.
Or when she sneezes, burps, and farts in a matter of half a second.
Dude, that lady's falling apart.
Keep the camera rolling, Steven.
Oh God. So, okay, let's keep going before we go on a Wendy Williams hole.
Wendy.
You know, the Wendy Williams hole is actually that hole in that basement filled with guts and shit. That's the Wendy Williams hole that we go down if we go down that hole.
Oh no.
But so, like I said, 3 more deaths there, all mob-ish deaths. So, years later, the Latin Quarter went under, and a new bar came about known as the Hard Rock Cafe.
What's that?
But not the chain.
Oh, what?
I guess it was just a standalone honky tonk bar.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was when, like, that's the thing. You could name, like, a shitty, like, bar not on Yelp, like Caesar's Palace, and Caesar's Palace will never know about you and try to sue you.
That's like when I was living in Europe. I would see, like, convenience stores, and it would just be called The Simpsons, and it would have, like, pictures of, like, Bart on the sign. It's like, well,
No.
like, everywhere. There'd be, like...
Oh, really?
And it wouldn't even make sense. It wouldn't say, like, The Simpsons, like, Mart. It was just, like, the store was just called The Simpsons.
Dude, there was, like, a huge, like, lawsuit having to deal with, like, piñatas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like SpongeBob and Dora the Explorer, and people are like, they're like, no, that's Sponge Tom. Like, that's not SpongeBob. But, like, we're not getting money off this. I was like, come on, how much money are you fucking making off a piñata? Like, Nickelodeon doesn't need this fucking money.
Making piñatas is a lot of work for a small child to beat to death with a stick.
Yeah, like, give the people their money. Like,
Yeah.
what is you just want to, like, beat the shit out of a baseball? Like, come on, let them do SpongeBob. Let them do PJ Masks. Let them do
Iron Man's carcass at the end of the movie.
I am dead. It's just him with the blood coming out of his mouth.
It's all pale.
Oh yeah, wait. Is this post snap?
Yeah.
Where he's just like a fucking little burnt firework.
Yeah, he's just like a shell of like a pea pod.
He's like, and they're like, "Thank you, Iron Man." He's like, "My blood hurts." Oh, poor Tony.
Tony
boy.
Tony
Baloney. Falcon flies in. Get him some fucking rice. The boy needs some rice. Anyway, so
where were we again?
Oh yeah, we were at the Hard Rock Cafe, but the standalone bar.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently for years, the bar was known for its violence and mayhem. In 1978, after a series of fatal shootings at the Rough and Tumble Honky Tonk, the local authorities were forced to close the establishment once again. So more deaths. They stopped twirling and they started shooting. So later that same year in 1978, a country singer by the name of Bobby Mackey bought the club and turned it into a honky-tonk bar where country musicians and patrons still show up to this day. The only issue is they aren't the only ones still showing up.
Uh-oh.
There have been hundreds of stories about the ghosts and entities that still haunt the land and building where Bobby Mackey's now stands. Here are just a few. Historic photos of Pearl Bryan match witnesses' descriptions of the headless ghost dressed in turn of the century clothing, and photos of Buck Brady also match descriptions of often seen ghosts. So I guess Buck Brady, he went to jail, but like, maybe he still haunts that place. I don't know if he like died on the premises, but it got taken from him by the mob, so maybe he went back there on one night trying to get it back, and they fucking lit him up. They fucking fed him to
Just fucking
dogs.
roasted him with a fucking Gatling gun.
They're like, you got 3 seconds. I know you're smooching, Tommy. What do they say? What do they say? Big Lou, little Lou with the gimpy leg from Home Alone. Remember the fucking Tommy gun?
I don't remember Home Alone. Actually,
You were smooching my brother too.
I forgot I watched Home Alone this last December, but guess what? I still don't remember it.
Classic. So, here's another one. The club manager claims that on several occasions, she would go through the club and make sure everything was turned off and closed down for the night. Then hours later, she'd find the bar lights were on, the front doors were unlocked, and the jukebox would be playing the anniversary waltz, even though the jukebox was still unplugged and did not contain that song. What?
You had such a good opportunity to make a good joke right there. You could have picked any song. Could have done a little bamboozling.
Oh, the jukebox would be playing the stanky leg, even though the jukebox was unplugged and it had a fresh set of legs on it. But we did find David hollowed out inside of the jukebox, just rubbing his stanky leg, and the noise that emitted made the song.
Full of rice.
There we go.
To imitate that body weight.
They got to just soak your leg in rice. I should drain most of the water out of it.
I've tried it all.
Still stinks.
You paid beans from Even Stevens to talk about my stinky leg.
Oh, I did. I sent David a cameo from Beans from Even Stevens. Was it Anthony Lawrence?
It's
Michael.
It's Beans from
Stephen Anthony Lawrence. Anthony Lawrence, and he said, "You better pee on the chicken, or I'm gonna kick you in your stinky leg."
He said it.
It's good. Then he did a little Magic Mike thing.
Yeah.
It was fun. Really good.
He looks great.
So next is
Thanks, Steven.
Next, a patron of the bar once claimed he felt like he was suffocating while a trash can was thrown around the room. Wait. I'm
sorry.
Do those correlate? A patron of the bar once claimed, like I said, I wrote this 2 weeks ago. A patron of the bar once claimed he felt like he was suffocating while a trash can was thrown around.
Just getting rattled.
Because he got a trash can to the chest. That's probably what happened. I like how this man was having a heart attack while somebody was throwing a trash can around the room, and he was still yelling ghosts.
Again, this is what, like 18...
No, I almost called it Anthony Mackey's Music World. Fuck. Fuck me.
Best sandwiches in town.
No, I think this was when it was Bobby Mackey's, because all that it has to be a little bit later because all of that, the haunting and the ghosts are in there now.
Well, I'm just curious on what time period do you think this is?
Oh, this is probably like anywhere in the... Oh, he got the bar in 78, so probably 80s, 90s, something like that.
That helps. I'm just trying to think of what type of garbage can we're looking at getting zipped around.
Yeah, we're getting Neon Moon fucking playing out the jukebox while a fucking... I wish I knew one trash can company. The Ryder?
You don't know the Philips 16A?
While a Philips 16A just drills an old man in the chest.
He's not getting up from that. I mean, a Philips 16A, that's a big garbage can.
Dude, you can't even drill through that.
You can't.
But it could drill a man in the chest.
The drill goes one way in this relationship. Philips 16A.
At least they can just shove him in it after they fucking murder him.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're just trying to speed up the process.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, trash can to the chest. Allegedly, an apparition of a man with a handlebar mustache appeared screaming.
Oh, oh man, that's good.
He was screaming, die game," which is Latin for well dying.
Oh, I thought he was just really into like playing dice games.
Honestly, I think people are looking too much into this Latin. I think he just wants to roll some craps, man.
Yeah.
He just wants to play some die in the back alley. Die game.
He wants to roll a D100 because who doesn't?
Yeah, David bought a fucking Dungeons and Dragon die that has 100 sides to it. It just looks like a softball.
I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons at the moment, and I do not have anything that lets me use it.
I don't think it's ever used in a game. You have to force that.
Well, our sweet friend Kyle who your old roommate, How I Met You, the person I met you through, who has appeared on episodes before with Richard, the little magician. He
Yep.
joined our Dungeons and Dragons campaign like pretty late, and he is playing as like a goblin wizard because that's Kyle. And I guess it's like a legitimate character, but our dungeon master was explaining to us that it's like basically a character just to fuck with people. And since it's such like a stupid fucking thing, it's like required for them to constantly roll D100s.
Okay, so they're
So
leaning.
I
into
can
it.
roll for Kyle.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So next up, the cryptid. They're saying about well dying. It says the cryptic message might refer to the well in the basement that sacrificed bodies were dumped into. So that makes a little bit more sense. Well dying. I can see that connection. Even Bobby's wife won't set foot in the place after she's experienced a strong smell of roses, which is the scent of perfume Joanna wore. The nightclub owner's daughter that killed herself in the basement. That's the perfume she wore.
Okay.
And apparently the wife was then grabbed around the waist, lifted, and thrown down the stairs by an apparition that screamed, "Get out," repeatedly. Okay.
It's fun.
That's scary. So, a former caretaker who lived above the bar in an apartment was said to have become possessed by a demon and was later exorcised. That's fun. Don't live above a bar. That might happen sometimes.
I'm a demon.
So, phantom footsteps. We have two more. Phantom footsteps can usually be heard on the stairs next to the old slaughter pit, which are still referred to as the stairs that lead to nowhere. And speaking of the pit, some people also believe that the pit is a gateway to hell, and that the Licking River running just along the side of the building has kept every single ghost trapped on the land, since it is believed that ghosts cannot cross running water, which is interesting as well.
Never heard that before, but I like it.
Yeah, like salt lines and running water, all that kind of stuff.
One and the same, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. So Bobby himself is still skeptical to this day, but does not refute the claims of his past patrons and historical figures. But next time you find yourself in Wilder, Kentucky, and you're looking for a little honky tonk in yourself, be sure to think twice and read the sign hanging in front of the bar, which reads, "Warning to our patrons. This establishment is purported to be haunted. Management is not responsible and cannot be held liable for any actions of any ghosts/spirits on these premises," which is a very fun sign to hang above your bar.
Yeah,
that's how you
that's
get.
wordy.
That's what?
There's a lot of words in that. It's very wordy.
Oh, it is very wordy. I don't think most people are reading that. At least trying to. They trying to.
Yeah. They trying.
Yeah, that's Bobby Mackey's bar. I think they covered it on like what's that show? Ghost
Ghost
Well,
fuckers.
What's the one? What's the one where they wear tight black shirts and fucking lift weights and fuck ghosts?
Ghost Adventures?
Ghost. Zach Baggins is the guy. Bilbo Baggins. Ha cha 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 cha.
Hottie Haunted Hunters.
Oh my god, the ghost is giving me a pump.
What?
That sounds like a jack off thing. That sounds no. I meant a muscle, the lifting weights. Oh my god, it shrunk my shirt. I'm so ripped. Fuck. Anyway, it's cool.
Yeah. See you next week.
David, do you have a story for us?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, hit me.
Now, Tobin, what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say superhero?
Anthony Mackey with rice in a sandwich.
Okay.
Rice sandwich.
I was going to say rice in a sandwich or rice sandwich or rice and a sandwich.
I like 2 pieces of white bread with a whole humping. Fuck. You got pumping and humping on the mind.
You take 1 week off, man, and you're in shambles.
Pumping and humping.
Is there any professionalism left?
2 pieces of white bread with a big heaping helping of hamburger helper. No, of rice on that sandwich. It's just a lot of carbs.
Okay.
Just carved out.
Carb load. You're going for a big run the next day.
Yeah. Carve a fettuccine alfredo.
So superheroes are now a bigger thing than ever, with the enormous success from Disney's Marvel Studios and the laughable attempt to rival that success with whatever the fuck DC is doing after Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy.
I liked it a little bit. It was pretty good.
You
It
liked
was
what?
entertaining. I like the Snyder cut. It was okay.
Oh, it's way better than the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've mentally completely blocked any talk of the Snyder cut. It's become a running gag in my said D&D group that we spend like an hour or two of the 3 hours we play talking about the Snyder cut.
Oh, fuck.
So
Yeah, I can't do that.
So where am I going with this? Well, how many times have you watched a superhero movie and said to yourself, "Oh, I could do that. I could be a hero."
Spider-Man. Every Spider-Man movie.
Everyone?
Every single one.
Well,
I'm just looking for the opportunity to get up on an Empire State Building or something.
and get bit by a spider.
Yeah, I'm just covering myself in spiders and jump. It's
Well,
all about fate.
face the facts. Not everyone can be Hawkeye. Not everyone can make music as good as Jeremy Renner.
Most people could be Hawkeye.
Side note, Tobin, what's your favorite Jeremy Renner song?
Jeremy Renner?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he did have a fucking song, didn't he?
No,
had an album.
he has many songs. I think mine is Main Attraction because I love watching him gallivant around in the desert.
I feel
just
like
being so
he's-
coy, but
I
also
feel like he has-
cocky.
I feel like he has Matchbox 20 vibes, right?
He has something.
Just like the ocean under the moon.
I think he's got some big Imagine Dragons energy.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I could see that.
I just
I have to
oh god,
listen.
yeah, everybody just
Listen.
Just go-
Give him
go-
his views.
go watch his
He's
music
about
video.
to break the 100 view thing. The 100 view count.
Oh, I've watched it 100 times at least. Go watch his music video, Main Attraction, and just watch him kick sand in the desert and laugh to himself because he's so great.
He's funny.
So back to the story. Many people love to slap on their spandex and drunkenly fall off the garage after watching the Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
But what if someone decided to take it more seriously? What if someone decided to actually hit the big city streets in disguise to fight crime as a vigilante?
Ooh.
Well, this is the story of Phoenix Jones.
Whoa, I like that name.
Do you know who Phoenix Jones is?
No, but I kind of feel like he needs a little bit more alliteration, but like I get it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a strange name. It's like just call yourself the Phoenix. But
Like
I guess that is like a comic book.
Did you just go, "Nyeh"?
What?
Did you just go, "Nyeh"?
I don't think I did.
Oh, I must have heard something then. I thought you went,
Maybe
"Nyeh," that
I
is a
did.
thing.
I'll just
Okay.
do it real quick. So I don't know.
Is that you, Phoenix Jones?
Well, I'm just saying, like
It's me, Jet Jackson.
it's strange to give yourself a superhero persona, which is like one half is like Phoenix, and then the other half is like Jones, like a very common last name.
Fetus Jones?
Phoenix. I feel like our connections offer something. You're hearing weird sounds. Call yourself like Phoenix Platinum.
No, if I was gonna be a superhero, my first name would be and then my last name would be like
Shit stain.
the Cobbler, and I'd just be an Adam Sandler movie that we've seen.
You dress up like a goddamn pie.
Yes.
What-
I think he makes shoes in that movie though, so wrong Cobbler, but I get what you're going for.
Yeah.
And I'd be like I like the Juggernaut is a great name.
Yeah. I mean,
love
there's
the
so many
Juggernaut.
good names. Love the
Yeah.
Juggernaut.
The
So
Wolverine,
yeah.
the Superman. They're all great.
Fuck Superman. By the way, watch watch Invincible. Watch it.
Oh yeah, I gotta see that one. Yeah,
It's great.
The Invincible.
The Invincible. So Benjamin John Francis Fodor was living in Seattle when he decided to take policing matters into his own hands after seeing the crime and filth spreading and poisoning the city he loved.
Ugh.
He
I
was
feel poisoned every single time I see a piece of trash on the ground.
Yeah, goddamn Seahawks. He was just about fed up when someone had broken into his car and his son was cut after returning to the car, falling on broken glass. Benjamin was
Love
told,
that song.
Falling on broken glass.
Falling on broken glass.
Is that a song?
It's walking on broken glass, but
Oh.
it's like do. I can't even fucking do it, man. You've heard it.
We're losing it. Lost our
His
edge.
son was hurt, man.
Pack it up.
Pack it up. This podcast is poison to me. I need to go beat up an old man in the street and claim he was the guy who put in the graffiti on the walls. I caught him.
So Benjamin was told by bystanders that they watched his car get broken into, but didn't intervene to stop the criminal, which is pretty shitty, to be fair. Like, that pissed me off, too. After his son was hurt, he witnessed a friend being seriously injured in an assault outside a bar. Benji Boy called 911, but grew impatient. This is the part of the story that kind of confused me, but he said he put on the mask from the earlier break-in. So it sounds like the person who broke into his car dropped a ski mask,
That's pretty gross.
and he
Put on
picked,
a guy's ski mask.
and he like pocketed it and then took it to a bar.
Ooh, I see what he's doing. He's trying to do like the thing that is like Batman, where he's like, I'm scared of bats, so I'm a bat. And he's like, I'm scared of burglars, so I'm going to be a burglar.
I'm scared of car break-ins, so I rolled around in some glass.
Yeah, it's kind of bad, though, because now he looks like a burglar. So he should just like at least try to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Paint it. Come on, buddy.
But he said he put on the mask and made a commotion until police showed up.
What?
And I thought, why didn't someone help him? There were 70 people outside of that bar and no one did anything, said Fordor. It was after this night, Phoenix Jones rose from the ashes, born anew, screeching into the high heavens, demanding justice for all of Seattle.
Was he screeching because he had more broken glass that he?
Yeah, he was eating it at
cutting
this
his son
point.
off?
He was
He's like,
digesting it.
son,
He was passing it.
this is our superpower now.
We eat glass. So, realizing comic book crime fighters usually kept their identity hidden for a good reason, Phoenix Jones started going into the back of an unnamed comic book store where he would change into his outfit, which had a bulletproof vest, stab plating to resist blades. As far as his offensive tools, Jones carried a stun baton,
Nice,
pepper spray,
nice,
tear gas,
nice,
handcuffs,
nice.
and I'm now realizing this is not an offensive tool, but a first aid kit.
It could.
Good.
Alcohol swabs hurt.
Those little scissors.
Yeah.
He's going to put
Also-
Band-Aids on them and rip them off real fast.
Also, think about how thick that boy's chest was.
Oh, that's so big.
He's got a bulletproof vest and some anti-stab plating.
It's like that Captain
Barrel
America.
chested.
It's like that Captain America cover that killed that guy.
What?
So it's actually a really fucking terrible story. A guy that like devoted his whole life to making Captain America comic books, like spent his whole life making comic books for it, and then they gave this one artist gave him like the rights to like start continuing to write them, and his animation, like his drawings in them were just like the worst thing you've ever seen in your entire life. And the guy like got a copy of it, stopped showing up to work at Marvel, and they found him dead from a heart attack, even though he was like perfectly healthy, no problems or anything.
Wait, so he wrote comic books and he got like a new artist, and the artist was so bad that when he read his comic book that he wrote, he had a heart attack?
Yeah, he just straight up died from it. It is the worst drawing I've ever seen.
Dude, I think I know what you're talking about.
His chest is like 4 feet out, protruding.
It's like weirdly unproportioned. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta relax sometimes, you know? Sometimes you don't like a drawing. You know what I just do? I close my eyes. And then I get hit in the chest with a fucking trash can. I feel like a trash can sitting on my chest.
So our sweet man Jones eventually became a part of what was named the Rain City Superhero Movement, which was a group of like-minded individuals who wanted to make a positive change in their city. I said this was in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
To change their city by dressing up in leather and pepper spraying everyone. The names of these heroes.
It's how you make it. It's how you make a change. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It might not be a positive change, but god damn it, did that man change some shit around the town?
Nobody can see shit.
No one could walk home at night without being terrified.
So the names of these heroes were Thorn,
Yes.
Buster Doe, the Green Reaper, the Mantis,
Ooh.
Prodigy, Gemini.
Yes.
No name. Catastrophe.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, there was one in there just named No Name.
I like that guy too.
Thunder 99.
Okay, I don't know about that. That sounds like a shitty alcohol.
Penelope.
No.
The Red Dragon.
Okay, kind of like a Shang-Chi type thing going on.
Midnight Jock.
Midnight Jack?
Yeah.
Hello. I just smoke a cigar too close to your bedroom window. Oh, Midnight Jack. Or is he jacking off?
Karma.
Okay.
Sky Man.
Wait.
I don't think he
What-
could fly.
No, I don't think he could either.
El Caballero. El Caballero.
He might have been like a luchador kind of thing going
Yeah. Purple Rain.
on. Ooh, Prince thing.
And Phoenix Jones.
Okay. We had some promising guys in there.
Yeah.
Promising guys and gals.
Who's your favorite?
Catastrophe.
I think my favorite is No Name.
No Name's great. But Catastrophe really will fuck up your house.
Yeah. I really want to see what Green Reaper looks like.
Green Reaper?
Yeah, Green Reaper.
Whoa. Okay.
Boy's got
Probably
some
like a-
crotch rot.
That boy. That boy on the green, he's on that green medicine. It's my medicine. Don't take it away from me. He shows up to cannabis stores and robs them.
It's my
Green
medicine,
Reaper.
and it smells like grapes, kind of. So,
Anytime you smell a grape swisher, Green Reaper's nearby.
so let's look at some of his heroic acts. On Sunday, January 2nd, 2011, in Linwood, part of Seattle, Phoenix Jones stopped and chased away a car thief as the car owner, who asked to be identified only as Dan, stood by in shock as Jones ran into action. CBS.
Damn, he just happened to be close to a guy who got his car stolen. I've never been close to a person who's had their car stolen.
Yeah, I don't think I ever witnessed that myself.
Like it's common.
And we lived in LA, for God's sake. You still do. I did, but like Jesus.
I live in San Andreas and I've never seen that.
CBS News introduced Dan and Phoenix Jones to one another the following Monday evening. Dan proceeded to thank Jones numerous times while later talking about Phoenix's gear. Cool.
That boy got a thick chest.
This is the part that before we started, I was resizing all of my font so I could read it better, and I deleted the date. But 2011, in the Belltown neighborhood of Seattle, Phoenix Jones doused a man with pepper spray after he attempted to steal a bus. The driver of the bus had been handing out flyers when another individual attempted to steal the bus. Jones was reported to have intervened, and the hijacker escaped with his skin dyed orange due to the spray.
Is Seattle that bad? It seems like everybody's getting their shit stolen like constantly.
Jones says he didn't receive any help from the Seattle police, who took hours to respond to the incident.
Oh shit! That's how you make an enemy, man. You gotta be careful.
What's like one of the greatest lines from the Christopher Nolan Batman film saga
You wanna
trilogy.
see a magic trick?
No, better than that. Honestly, one of
Some
the greatest,
people just want to watch the world burn.
one of the greatest quotes of all time.
Some people just want to
No.
watch the world burn.
No.
Morgan Freeman goes, "That's an electric dildo. Don't touch that. That's my gadget. That's my personal gadget.
That's not for Batman.
That's for my Batman, my back man.
That's for my Bat Cave.
Best line. Who says it? Can
Most
you give me that
iconic.
much?
I'm pretty sure.
Falcone did it.
I'm pretty sure the butler,
Alfred.
Alfred. I was thinking Penny, but his last name is Alfred Penny.
Is that when he goes? One day I wanna go to a little French restaurant, and I wanna look at you across the table, and I want you to be happy, and I want you to nod at me, and I'll nod back, and we won't say anything to each other, but I know you're happy, and I'll be happy too, and I'll walk away.
No, it's not that one.
Oh, okay. I don't know then. Tell me.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough
to see yourself.
to become the villain.
Yep. I run this city.
On Sunday, October 9th, 2011, in Seattle, Jones was arrested for his role in an altercation involving pepper spray.
Not again.
Close associates who were present and equipped with video cameras told reporters that Phoenix Jones broke up an unfair fight between two groups of nightclub patrons. According to police reports, the officers who responded determined that there was no fight, with one member of the group denying that anyone among them had been fighting. They asked that the masked man would be arrested for attacking them. According to one woman who was involved in the altercation, after an argument had broke out between her group and another, Jones suddenly approached and pepper sprayed them, saying, "I am a superhero."
No.
The next day, videographer Ryan McName uploaded a video online showing Jones responding to what McName described as a huge fight. McName's video shows the woman hitting Phoenix Jones and another person with her shoe. Jones was released on bail hours later with no charges have been filed.
Oh.
So basically, he just saw people arguing and decided to pepper spray all of them.
You can't argue when you can't see.
Uh,
I'm a superhero. If somebody fucking pepper sprayed me in the eyes and yelled, "I'm a superhero," do you know how terrified I would be? I'm like, this man is about to fucking murder me. I would be so scared. I would be so much more scared if some guy was like, "Give me your money." I would be less scared if he was like, "Give me your money," and pepper sprayed me. Because I just like throw all my money on the floor. If he yelled, "I'm a superhero," I'm like, this man is gonna fucking murder me.
So, in another incident several hours earlier, Phoenix Jones had come to the defense of a potential fight victim. Police arrived after the aggressor had fled. In the report, the police called it a case of questionable use of pepper spray. But the victim later told the Seattle Times that Jones was indeed a hero who had saved him from a potential beatdown. On Sunday, September 20th, 2015, in Seattle, Washington, Jones spotted three men pistol whipping another man after alerting police, charged the man holding the gun and knocked it out of his hand. The three were arrested for assault, and one being charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. That one's actually kind of cool.
Why were they just pistol whipping him?
Who knows?
God, I hate when people don't use their full potential. Imagine if you saw me on the street and I was just beating the shit out of a guy with a bazooka like a baseball bat.
Yeah. I mean, he was too close to shoot, so he just had to beat.
Yeah, okay. Picture this. Me running backwards down the street as a guy's chasing me because he knows if I get distance, I'll shoot him with a bazooka. And he's like, if I'm close to, that's a really interesting tactic.
That's a good strat.
Yeah, be close to the guy with the bazooka.
Yeah.
If a guy comes in with a bazooka, just stand right next to him.
Charge
you'll be
them.
safe.
Charge anyone with a bazooka. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
300 yards out. All right, guys, watch this.
Don't run away. The bazooka will get you.
So on Tuesday, March 22nd, 2016 in Seattle, Washington, Jones attempted to assist authorities in talking the man in tree down from the 60-foot sequoia he had climbed. 80-foot sequoia he had climbed, but police rejected the offer.
They said that we're going to climb up that tree and get this man down.
He's just like, oh, let me, like, he probably was like, give me the megaphone. I'll be insightful and get him down. And they're like, no.
Is that, y'all see the leprechaun in the tree? Can I get a hey? No, but like that's a fire department thing anyway.
Yeah.
Police don't even have them big ladders.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the man in the tree climbing that 80-foot sequoia. That had to have been hard.
What was he doing?
It's probably high as shit. So
yeah, probably.
As you can imagine, Dragons, this line of work can be dangerous. So what kind of injuries did Phoenix endure in his crime fighting? Jones reported being stabbed with a knife when trying to stop a drug deal, but luckily his protective armor took the worst of the blade and did not seem to be serious to him.
Damn, that's crazy.
That could have been bad.
You feel invincible after that.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm always going to get stabbed in the chest now.
Yeah. Jones also claims his bulletproof vest did its job and saved him from a gunshot, but there is no real evidence to support that claim. Jones had also had his nose broken when trying to break up a fight. When one of the men pulled a gun, another man kicked him in the face, breaking his nose.
Whoa!
There is again no police report, but Jones's private secret superhero doctor could provide the evidence. It's a vet.
I thought you. I'm about to say, yeah, it's like John Wick shit, man. You gotta go like to the vet.
So
like
now,
a mob doctor.
Now, our savior here did spend, some time behind bars. 7 hours to be exact, with his little incident with the happy trigger finger with a large can of pepper spray. I did watch the video. It's not like one of those ones you keep on your keychain. It was like one of the ones like riot police have that have like the
it's
trigger
like a bear
and, like,
mace. Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah.
But this would not be the last time he spent a little bit of time in the old clinker.
The clanker.
Now, I'm sure you're curious where Jones is today.
Oh, no. He murdered somebody, didn't he?
Well, he hung up the cape in 2016, I believe. And January 9th, 2020, pretty recent.
Whoa.
Jones was arrested for selling MDMA to an undercover cop.
Oh, no.
And at the time of his arrest, he was also in possession of 4 grams of cocaine.
Well, the man needs his powers.
He needs to get up them stairs on all fours real
like,
quick.
Spider-Man has the radioactive spider. Bruce Banner has gamma rays. I have cocaine in a shot glass.
Jones was released from jail 2 days later and was scheduled to be back in court February 3rd, but that's where the trail gets cold. I couldn't figure out what happened after February 3rd or anything like that until April 6th, 2021.
Wait, what?
The official Phoenix Jones Twitter account tweeted, I'm making a new suit. Muting all the haters. Going back to work. May 1st. Redemption. That's right, baby.
Oh my God.
This very week, Phoenix Jones is back on the streets of Seattle fighting crime.
Fighting COVID.
So let this be a word of warning. Don't be walking around the streets of Seattle with narcotics, because Phoenix Jones might pepper spray you, take your drugs, and flip them to make a quick buck. Because fighting crime ain't cheap, guys. Not everybody is an Iron Man or a Batman who have billions and trust funds and Triscuits and who's at my dad's and
trebuchets.
Shorts.
holy shit! If anybody lives in the Seattle area and they're able to get any kind of picture or video evidence of this man,
First Seattle-based person to get a selfie with Phoenix Jones will send you a shirt.
he'll tell you he's a superhero. That's how you'll know it's him. If you're confused, he will pepper spray you and then inform you that he's indeed a superhero.
Yeah, he's kind of one of those guys who films himself giving out food and clothes to the homeless.
Oh, okay. He needs them views. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. We're all doing what we gotta do.
Like, you know, he makes his own comic books and sells them in like merch.
Oh God, I need me them. I need merch. I need merch.
I saw a picture of one of his comic books, and it was like him knocking someone's teeth out.
Did you have a heart attack?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my God. Well, wow, David. I mean, we'll keep you guys updated if we get any more information on Phoenix. But
I also did find an article of like 15 like real life superheroes of like other people doing this shit, which I almost pivoted and just did it about that. Maybe I'll do that.
dude, there was a guy in San Diego who I ran into that has a documentary on like HBO. I forgot what it was called. His name's like Mr. like not Fantastic, but something like that. Like,
yeah.
And we ran into him in the, like around the college area, and he was like with his team of people. And I don't think he's in too dire of situations. He's more of like a helping out the community guy. I think that's why he's been able to do it for so long.
Yeah.
But wow, I mean, they're out there. They're out there, people.
We had a guy in Eugene when I was a small child, and he would rent out like airtime on radio stations and like TV commercials. And the song, he had a song. I don't remember all of it, but I remember some of it, and it went, "Pink Man, he's coming out of nowhere. Pink Man, is he a superhero?" That's the only part I remember of it. But it was like a guy in like a pink leotard who like rode a unicycle and would like try to teach. He like tried to teach kids what was good and what was bad.
Juggling.
And then like a month later, he was a pedophile. He was.
Oh no.
He was a child diddler, and he was like trying to like get around kids to like teach them like what's right and what's wrong. And it turned out he was on a
He was wrong. He was
listed.
wrong.
Yeah.
He was wrong. He's like, "That's my superpower. Don't take that from me."
You know, I'm gonna Google him real quick. You keep talking. I want to see if anything
man.
comes up if I type in Pink Man Eugene.
Pink Man guy on a unicycle. That's the most Oregon thing I could think of. But it's quite a shame that people like Pink Man are giving everybody else a bad name. I'll wrap this up while David's looking, but thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. We always appreciate it when you do, and we love telling you these stories. If you guys want any more information, go to Camp Strange Podcast Instagram, and you click the hyperlink in the bio, and we got merch. We got anywhere you want to listen to this. We got, if you guys want to send us an email, send it to campstrangepodcast@gmail.com. We'll keep going with we're going to try to figure out a schedule that works for us. Right now we're still going to do like the 2-week things, I think, but hopefully sooner rather than later, maybe we could do like some kind of Patreon stuff. I don't really know. We're just trying to figure out our schedules right now, but we're not stopping. We're going to keep going. So don't be nervous if it's not out every Friday, because we have not given up yet. Like these beautiful superheroes have not given up. We are just making a new suit. Okay? I'm obviously Phoenix, and David is obviously Pink Man in this situation. And
I found him.
Oh,
He's real.
I hope so.
I'm just trying to confirm the whole pedophile thing, unless that's something my mom just told me.
Oh, Jesus. Now we're getting sued.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Ruh-roh, Rinkman.
Rinkman, no.
Right on like the rat cave, Rinkman. Get out of my rat cave, Rinkman.
Oh, no.
No. Okay, well, David, do you have anything else to say before we head out of here? Should we say what's in the merch store?
Well, hold on. Here's a sentence. The next day, the Register Guard headline read, "Fair mascot, a child molester." So apparently it was circulating. I'm not sure if it was, if it's 100%.
Man. Rink Man. We have a Rink Man costume.
And it's stained.
It's crotchless.
I've got a son and he's a furry.
I have a record that you throw like a frisbee at the park.
I've got a
But it's Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, so everyone likes it.
got a switchblade that's a comb.
I have the mashed potato, and I have the Charleston
Like
dance moves.
Okay, not the candy.
Charleston Chew.
Yeah,
Great candy.
I got-
Better in the freezer.
I got these goobas over here. They're expired.
I got a swift elbow to your temple.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've got a pigeon on fire.
You'll be seeing blood for a week.
I got a pigeon that's on fire.
Oh, cool. I got a rubber band that you kind of like, you put it in between your fingers and you kind of go back and you pull it back and you put on someone's forearm and you snap it and they go, ow.
You ever put a paper clip on that shit?
No. Was that like a crossbow?
No, you don't launch it. You just come into contact, so it hurts more. I got a gorilla and it's out of the cage.
I got a dry ice bomb in a porta potty.
I have 16 tortoise.
Is that the plural of a turtle?
A tortoise.
I have 16 tortellini.
I have a small home on the Galapagos Islands.
I have a big home on the Galapagos Islands. You poor motherfucker. I'm eating tortellini every night.
I've got an inflatable raft.
I have an infection in my balls.
I know, I saw that. I could smell it when we're in the
Crotch
hot tub. That crotch rot was cooking. I got a hot tub full of Tobin's crotch rot soup.
It smells like dead tortai. Okay, I think that's it. Let's go. Let's wrap that up there. Like I gotta wrap up my crotch rot. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. David, do you have anything to say before we leave?
Oh boy, this one always catches me off guard. It's always so hard to say something after doing the what we got.
Hit me with the Batman line. Any of them.
Hit me.
I think you're gonna go, I'm Batman. I'm a superhero.
No, I said mine.
Okay. Hit me. Yeah. Say it again.
Come on, hit me. Come on. Come on.
And don't forget to stay strange.